Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Good. Okay. Had a nice weekend. We're not gonna talk about what happened last weekend. We're just gonna do work, I guess. We're not gonna talk about what happened last weekend. I wasn't really too upset about the results of what happened last weekend. More so just kind of ashamed by the fact that I didn't do anything. I didn't do any studying. So I'm very disappointed in myself, but we'll just try to be resilient and try our best to just forget about it and look forward and not let perfect be the enemy of good and not let good be the enemy of okay. And that means we're going to go back to this problem, spiral matrix. Obviously, I'm having a hard time figuring out this problem. I'm not going to spend too long on this, maybe just a couple of minutes. And just read over MX and matrix, return all the elements in the. Okay, yeah. Here's the matrix. I understand like what sort of like mechanism this is. What I'm having a hard time doing is I'm having a hard time figuring out when to stop and when to change the numbers, right? I'm having a hard time figuring out when to do this subtraction, right? Well, I guess I figured out by the colors, right? The colors here, black is the first iteration. We go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and then you go all the way up -1. And you do that again and again, repeat. The problem is, when do you stop? How do you know when you've stopped? That's where I'm confused. Because in the simple case, like in this matrix, like the simple case is more just like, okay. Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. I think I'm gonna look at the solution now. Move right. Yeah, I understand that. Oh, I see. Both those make sense. Actually, yeah, that both makes sense. Interesting. Obviously, I feel like the second way is easier to implement. The second way is, I think, easier to implement. So maybe we can try that. And it's only going to be a maximum 10 by 10. The numbers are going to be between negative 100 to 100. So we could do a negative, like, negative 101 or negative infinity. And that we can mark as the as a matrix. Approach 1, set boundaries. Approach 2, mark as the elements. Second version is kind of approach 1 is way too complex. Only 2 moving paths right down in the first case. One liner? No way. Really? For this kind of problem? Oh, rotated. Huh. Interesting. That's crazy. The solution is proof of extrajudicial. Oh my gosh. Some of these comments are hilarious. That's pretty crazy. Counterclockwise. You're always rotating counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Interesting. That is quite impressive in the syntax. I'm not even going to pretend I understand that syntax. That syntax is pretty crazy. There's always these Python one-liners that just blow people's minds away. But fortunately, this is not what we want because I'm not going to memorize this, and it's probably not what the interviewer wants. Through matrix and matrix pop 0 plus self. Huh. Yeah, I'm not even pretend to understand that syntax. That is quite impressive though. Okay, I'm having a hard time understanding all of these, to be honest, because I'm very, very dumb. If I could be an expert at being dumb, I would be. I would have a PhD. I would be a professor in being a dumb bum. Um, yeah, I think I'm just dumb or something. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but oh wait, no, this is normal me. This is normal me. Dumb me is quite normal. What is would be abnormal is if I could figure it out right away. Initialize the top right and bottom boundaries, up, right, left, down, left. Initialize the output array as a result. Traverse the elements in spiral order and add each element to result. Traverse from left to right. Traverse from up to down. Before we traverse from right to left, we need to make sure that we do not have a row that has already been traversed. Right to left, down to up. Remember to move the boundaries by updating left, right, up, and down accordingly. Oh, I see. This is a result array. We got rows, columns, which are the length of the matrix, and the length of the matrix 0. Up, left are both 0. Right equals columns -1, and down equals rows -1. Okay. I hate how it does this. I really hate this. Why are up and left being initialized at the same time and right and down are being initialized at the same time? Why? Someone please tell me why. I guess because up left is all the way at the on the other side of the corner, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. While length results is less than rows times columns. Oh, okay. Do we really need this while? Do we really need this while? That's one thing I'm a little bit unsure about. But okay. Um, Traverse from left to right. For column, arrange left, right plus 1. Result, append matrix up column. Traverse downwards for row and range up, down. Result, append matrix row, right. Make sure we are now on a different row if up is not equal to down. Traverse from right to left. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be honest with you. I completely blanked out reading all that crap. I was thinking about something else. I am, you know, they say that your greatest enemy is yourself. And I do believe that is true. I do believe that the greatest enemy is indeed myself. And for me, I think my weakness is that I can't, you know, stay focused on things. And that's gonna get me. That's gonna get me. You know? That's gonna get me. If I fail, it's gonna be because of that. Because nothing that I'm doing now is impossible for me to do. No matter how dumb I am, I'm capable of understanding this. Traverse from left to right. We'll just do one Pomodoro. Come on, 11 more minutes. You can do it. Column in range left, right plus 1. Okay, traverse from left to right. Traverse downwards. Make sure we're now in a different row. What does that mean? Make sure we're now in a different row. What do you mean? Make sure we're now in a different row. Maybe this person. Why is j initialized to -1 though? That's what I'm not sure about. Maybe I should look at EPI. Sometimes Leetcode, they tend to have good solutions, but sometimes it's a little bit off. Maybe it's one of those times. What problem is this? This is a spiral matrix 5.18. The lack of uniformity makes it hard to get the code right. Here is a uniform way of adding the boundary. Add the first n-1 element to the first row. Then add the first n-1 element to the last column. Then add the last n-1 elements of the last row in reverse order. Finally, add the last n-1 elements to the reverse column in reverse order. After this, you're left with the problem adding elements of n minus 2 times n minus 2 to the spiral matrix. Ah, but this problem is nxn. That's a lot simpler. The Leetcode one is harder because it's mxn. It could be a rectangle. This is going to be a square always. That's a lot easier. Oh my gosh, the EPI solution is so... Oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time understanding this. of times in my life, I feel like a lot of times, people don't like me, or I don't get along with people, or I don't connect with people. I think a big reason why is because I take myself too seriously. But nobody wants to hang out with someone that takes themselves super seriously, takes other people seriously. Some people, they just want to relax. A lot of people, they just want to have a chill time. They don't know you that well. They don't want to be all uptight all the time. I understand. I don't want to be uptight all the time either. And I think sometimes I'm so insecure about myself that I try to pretend that I'm, more together than I actually am. And I'm insecure because I'm worried that if I am made fun of or something, people are gonna treat me like the class clown, or not the class clown. Like, they'll treat me like the village idiot, and I don't want to be the village idiot. So I try my best to make sure I'm not the village idiot. But the thing is, you try so hard, people are still gonna think you're weird, and they just may not say it in front of your face, but they'll say it behind your back, or they'll think in their head. And for me, my biggest weakness has been that, I think. And I think it's systemic to my personality, systemic to, my outlook in life. I'm so self-centered that I can't even laugh at myself. And there's one person I look up to a lot. His name is Charles Barkley. If you don't know who Charles Barkley is, he was a basketball player, an NBA star, and he currently is an NBA TV analyst, and he is probably he's so funny. He's so hilarious. He's always he's got some of the funniest jokes, but I think the charm of Charles Barkley is that he doesn't take himself too seriously, not at all. He's okay with being the butt of most jokes, and he's up there with his friends, his other people on the panel, and Ernie, Kenny, Shaq. They all make fun of him, whether it be his weight, for example, is one thing that they make fun of him for, and he can laugh at himself because he doesn't take himself too seriously. You know, and he isn't afraid. He isn't afraid to dish it, and he's not afraid to take it either. And that's what makes Chuck so special. That's what makes him so charismatic. And I think it's that candor that appeals to a lot of people, because in our world, there's so much fakeness, so much deceit, so much masks that people wear. That's a relief when you see someone who's just real, you know? And Charles Barkley, he's just, Chuck is his nickname, and he really makes that show. And, I think it starts with him though, because he's not afraid. And he's not afraid, he's not insecure about himself. And that's really powerful. It's a really powerful skill to have. And I don't know the secret. I don't know the secret of how he's able to do it. I don't know if it's his personality, if he was born like that. I guess for me, I want to be better. I want to be better at a lot of things. And no doubt that some people are very insecure and they're able to accomplish great things. That insecurity can drive people, that negativity can drive people to accomplish great things. But I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that. I'm not happy about myself. I want to be able to laugh at myself. I want to be able to make fun of myself, and I want to be able to put people at ease. I want people to, enjoy my company. I want people to, you know, it's weird, sometimes you feel like the more you want something, the harder it is to get it. And that's kind of like a lot of social situations. You want something, but you get nervous and you don't do it, right? If you're ask that girl out, right, you psych yourself out. It's kind of like that. It's not just relationships and romance and whatnot. It can be anything, any social interaction. Whereas if you're cool about it, you don't care if you are friends with that popular person or not. You're cool about it, you're actually more likely to be friends with that popular person. You're more likely, you know, to get in a relationship with that girl. And it's one of those things, those weird things about life. And so if you want something really bad, you're gonna have to stop wanting it. Isn't that weird? I know it's break time, but I spent the last 10 minutes talking my mouth off because I'm unable to concentrate. And obviously, I want to hold myself accountable. I want to hold myself accountable. Oh, I see. That if statement, yeah, I can see why the if statement is kind of stupid. There are only two movement patterns, right, down, and left, up. In the first case, we increment either the row or column by one. In the latter case, we increment by either the row or column by negative one. I see. Some people are complaining that it's not as intuitive, that the Leetcode solution is actually better because it's more verbose. I guess what I'm saying is, okay, so you're going from left to right, and then you're going from up to down, and then you go from right to left, and then you go from down to up. But I don't understand why we have this if up is not equal to down. That's why I don't understand. That's why I don't understand. Why would up and down be equal in this situation? Then what about what happened before? Traverse downward. Oh, because, you could be on the same row, and your traverse downward would just pick up one item. So if up is 5 and down is 5, okay. If up is 5 and then down is 5, so then you go from range 6 to 6. You're not going to pick anything up. You're simply not going to pick anything up. Because, you stop at 6. If it was 6 to 5, that's a different story. It's 6 to 6. So you're not going to pick anything up. So there's nothing to traverse downward. And the if statement is basically saying, like, halt, halt. And then make sure you're on different rows. And then then you want to go left to right. then you also want to make sure you're in a different column because this could be a tall rectangle rather than a wide rectangle. So it could be a situation where it's like, okay, if left and right are the same, then basically you didn't go anywhere. So basically, on the first part, first traverse from left to right, you aren't going anywhere either. I think is what they're saying. No, but that's not true because left and right, in this case, it goes from left, right plus one. So even if left and right are the same, then it's gonna pick up that one, but then it's gonna go down, and then it's gonna check. Oh, okay. I'm starting to understand. And starting to understand. It's pretty good. Starting to understand. And then after you've done all the traversals and you still have room to go, you basically say, okay, we're gonna shrink the rectangle. So in this case, it's kind of like, I don't know what color I used all the colors. So it's basically like, it's gonna basically do this, and then it's gonna try again. And then it won't go down. It won't go down. It'll first traverse from left to right, and it'll traverse from up to down, but in this case it doesn't go anywhere because it's already the same. And then if up is not equal to down, it's not going to do anything. If left is not equal to right, wait. But then traverse from right to left. But then in this case, traverse upward for row and range down -1, up -1. So you're going from down -1 to up. There's no reason to traverse up. You're done. Huh? Now I'm confused. Traverse upward for row and range down -1, up -1. What? Now I'm a little confused. Now I'm confused. Come on. Now I'm confused. Oh my gosh. I think I just need a moment. I'll be back. I'm just gonna mute myself and think about this for a little bit as I rest as well. So I can see what happened. And down, in this case, down is 0. Well, down is 1. So down is 1. So down minus 1 is 0. And up is, in this case, 1. 1. And if you're going backward, though, then 0 can never get to 1 because you're going backward. That's just weird. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't like this answer. I don't like this solution. I think I might just be very dumb. Sad. Can't spiral myself out of this one. Shame. What a shame. You know, have you ever wondered why you're not the kind of person you want to be? Have you ever wondered why you could never. Have you ever felt like there was a disconnect between the kind of person you want to be and the kind of person that you are? I wonder if there are people out there who don't feel that disconnect, where they want to be a certain type of person and they are that type of person. They're very much in tune with that, and there's no inner conflict. For example, like maybe you want to be someone who is strong, affable, charismatic, confident, optimistic, and you are all those things. You are those things, and then you're not upset at yourself. You're not upset about the world. You like to be this kind of person, and you want to be this kind of person. My God, you are that kind of person. There must be a few people out there who are like that. Me? No. There are a lot of things I want to be that I'm just not. Not right now, at least. I say it not right now, but I don't even know how to be the kind of person I want to be. It seems impossible. I want to be confident. I want to be sociable and affable and optimistic. I want to be caring and friendly, and I want to be charismatic, cool. I want to be chill, and I want to be all those things, but I just feel like I'm not. I want to be able to manage my time. I want to be resilient. I want to be strong and tough. I want to be able to get through all this hard stuff. I want to have grit. I want to have the determination, the ability to just sit down and grind through it. Why can't I be that way? I know why. It's because you want things to be easy. No, sorry. I got a little bit confused there. I'm mixing, you know, traits, personality traits, and I'm mixing that up with, actions and effort. Let's focus on the personality traits. I want to be, sociable and be able to carry conversation and be sociable and friendly and charismatic. I want to have that sort of social strength and blasé and like, oh, I don't care what you think about me. This is who I am. If you don't like me, that's cool because I don't give a care. I don't give a damn. That's the kind of personality I want to have. It's not the personality I seem to have, and it's because I'm kind of scared. Um, and when things don't go my way, I either run or fight. You know, like I want to be the kind of person who takes criticism well. I want to be the kind of person that doesn't let outside things bother me. I want to be cool as a cucumber. I don't want, the situation to jar me. I don't want the lights to be too bright for me. I want to be cool as a cucumber. Based off my experience, I ain't quite like that. I'm not quite like that. People get under my skin pretty easily. I overthink things, get in my own head. I think deep down, I just don't have that mental fortitude. Frustrates me. It frustrates me because I want to be a better person. And you might say that, well, if you want to be a better person, that's the first step to improve it. If you don't, I guess sometimes I wonder, would I be happier if I just was okay with me being this way? If I could just be okay with being, this kind of person, this weak person, this person who is easily gets aggravated or gets people can easily get under my skin, and I'm okay with that being that kind of person. I'm okay with the being, weak and not resilient. And I'm okay with being a procrastinator. I'm okay with being lazy. I'm okay with being soft. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being, selfish. I'm okay with being self-centered. I'm okay with not being sociable or confident. I'm okay with being, meek and awkward and all that. If I was just okay with that, would I be happier with my life? Sure, it doesn't sound good, but at least I'm in tune and in line with my own, vision for myself. I certainly maybe that would reduce all this inner anguish. But but like I said earlier, recognizing your flaws and wanting to fix those flaws is the first step to fixing the flaws and making a lasting change. I think. I mean, not I think. That's what I hear from other people. But man, does it hurt. It hurts like a mother effer, man. I can't. This kind of life I'm living, I can't stand myself. I hate myself sometimes, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I wish I were a robot. I could put a voice filter on over my voice, pretend I'm a robot all I want. I know I'm not a robot. Much as I wish I were, I'm very much human. I am not in full command. I wonder if some people are though, and I wonder if I can change myself to be more in control of my own life. I wish I could figure out a way how to make that change and help me and my loved ones be better, because I've done so many bad things in my life. I've done so many bad things. And I think my biggest crime is not making the most of my most precious gift in my life, which is the fact that I am alive and well and good health and still young. And I have not made the most of this wonderful, wonderful gift that most people do not have. And despite me knowing this, I can't bring myself to make the most of it and to act in accordance to the way I want to be, to accomplish the things I want to accomplish. None of that is happening. I'm sorry. I wanted these streams to help me focus talk, and now I'm just soapboxing to myself because I know no one is listening. And who would want to listen to me moan and groan and whine and complain about life? No one wants to hear that. I don't want to hear it either. If there's anything that you could learn, if someone happens to stumble upon this, um, maybe my future self, perhaps, you are not alone in these feelings. If whatever I say resonates with you in any sort of way, just know that you're not alone and that other people feel these feelings. Because if there's one thing I know, no trial or tribulation that you are enduring has not been endured by someone else in history or in the present. And tomorrow is a new day. Today will pass. Tomorrow is a new day. The day after too. And we all make the most of our lives and we'll try our best, because even when things seem so dark and life seems so pointless and hopeless, there's always a new day, a chance for things to turn around. And for those of you who wish to seize their existence, I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and that there are lots of people just like you who are struggling through this, and that there's always another chance that things will turn around for you. There's always another day. This world is so vast, existence, the universe is so mysterious, you cannot possibly comprehend it. So you cannot say for certain that there will not be a day in the future that life turns around for you. And life will end for all of us one day. Whether you want to live or die, it is guaranteed that one day you will die. So keep on going. You'll die anyway. You're guaranteed to. Everyone is dying if you think about it that way. So don't do it now. Wait for your time. And who knows? Someday in the future, things just might change. Now, I'm not sure if I like this spiral matrix solution. This one, yeah, it's a little bit weird. I don't like how you're doing four different things in the while loop. It's a little bit confusing because now you have to remember, you have to think about, these different edge cases, and it just seems a little bit strange. I still don't understand why it's down -1 and up. I went through the example. I'm still a bit confused about that. Basically, on the last iteration on this loop, it basically goes from negative. It goes from 0 to 1, incrementing down -1. And obviously, that's not going to run. But my point is, like, why is it 0, 1, -1? So I wonder if I could like see a different type of solution here, and this one claims to be the easiest. It's got 175 votes, which is pretty good. So you do the row column begin, row column end, row begin, row end, column end. It's very similar to the solution in Leetcode. I don't understand why this one's considered easier. It seems so similar. You still have the freaking two if statements here. This person, it's very similar, except all they do is bring it out outside of the loop. This might be worth taking a look at though. Oh, replace with generators. Yeah, it makes sense. Generators are nice. More Pythonic. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it. This went on for a bit longer than I thought. I was just gonna do one Pomodoro, and it being more like, well, it ended up being like one Pomodoro and me ranting. I'm very sorry about it, and I'm sorry for putting my heart out like that. Not like anyone came to the stream. It's probably a good thing, to be honest. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all for watching. What am I saying? No one is here. Thanks. Thank you, Catnautic, for being here studying. You haven't done it all weekend, but you came back on Monday and you did it again. And I'm proud of you for that. Could have easily not done this, but you did. And even though you weren't able to solve a problem, the fact that you're able to come here, that's the plan. Your goal is to try to do this every day. And even if we miss days, we'll try to get right back into it and not let the past cause any more problems. The past, things in life can hurt us. We can do things that we regret. But if we let the past bog us down, and it can cause even more problems in the future. They say learn from your mistakes, but I would say learn the right lessons from your mistakes, right? It's so easy, I think, to learn the wrong lessons from our mistakes. So easy, you know. I guess what I'm saying is learn from your mistakes. Don't try to make up for your mistakes. Own those mistakes like a scar and embrace your mistakes. Don't try to erase them. Because the more you try to erase, the more you might frick it all up. I pray that one day things will be better. Not just for me, but for other people too. The whole world. I'm sorry to those I've hurt. I'm sorry to those I've loved. I'm sorry to myself for letting myself down. Do better. Thank you. Everyone, have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. Work hard. We'll get through this together. Try our best. We'll try our best to be good. Good night, everyone.